Somebody was talking about induction program. Before I took a break, I saw something on induction program. What is that? Role is motivator. Motivating role only he should take up the. What was that relating to induction? Okay, Kapil, all of you please send your scores to Praveen. Those people who have sent, fine. Those people who have not sent, you can send tomorrow or Monday after.
Coffee na pala. Pala.
Meenakshi has done it on Friday itself. This guy has given a list where the Meenakshi. That's what I am also looking again. Somehow you would have missed it. Yeah, Pranav. C 26, 21, 23, 28. Fine, done. Okay, those people you have sent, not to worry. I will tell him to check it again. Those people who have not sent, you can send. Okay, that is okay. Any questions on?
చక్కెర పెట్టండి కొంచెం.
That we are going to talk, Prabhol. So far, what we talked, I am inviting questions. Best method of training evaluation, I am going to talk now. Best method, I don't know, but I am going to talk about evaluation. Best, you mean to say that you have to show something concrete benefit from the program. If you show concrete benefit from the training program, that would be the best method. If you want to see the concrete benefit from the training program, you have to go for return on investment calculation. If you want to go for return on investment calculation from needs assessment nomination onwards, you need to take certain professional measures. You should not allow the people who were nominated without the need for undergoing for that particular type of training and all. Okay. Before going to training evaluation, I would like to inform you all people for the next class, you please come prepared two aspects. One, there is one resource uploaded, ROI process model. ROI process model which was written by Phillips. That handout was already uploaded in AAS under your resources. You can go through it. There is another case also on interactive selling skills, retail mercantile company. That was also uploaded in your resources in AAS. I would suggest you, all of you, to go through these materials before coming to the class. That is the next class. I will ask Pranav also to send to inform same again or remind a gentle reminder. In addition to that, in the next meeting we have, I will be sending one coaching preferences inventory which you have to fill and send the scores to me through Pranav. Then career oriented skills training, retail mercantile company. Case you have to read, and you will be given two instruments. One is career orientation inventory. You fill, identify your career orientation and give the scores to Pranav. Likewise, you will be given coaching preferences inventory, that also you fill, and your coaching style preferences, scores also you will decide. So this is what I have repeated what we are supposed to decide on. Now what to do now? Requesting the process owner details on mail also. That's what they are doing, Kapil. That's what Pranav was also telling me. Sir, it is not possible. Therefore, we are sending Prabhadara is sending him mail also. I don't know. Last time this type of problems were not there. Why these problems are coming? I am also. This is what training employee. This is the question. Induction or induction, you generally give job related training also in induction. Probably when you are going for bulk recruitment of management trainees, graduate engineer trainees, after the general orientation groups and all, you will be deploying them to different departments and rotations and all may be there. So generally that is quite common. I don't know what is the problem there, but it is quite common and it is beneficial to the participants and the companies also. Okay, that's good. Good question. Induction of prospective employee. This is already employee training. Okay. Shall I move then? Okay, I will go ahead. Chandra Mohan, what is the question, sir? ROA. ROI. It is not ROA. ROI, a return on investment. The title of the that resource was ROI process model. ROI process model. Okay, now this is the most popular model of training evaluation. The most popular model of training evaluation. Kirkpatrick's 4-level framework. Many of you must be aware of this name and these levels. Though you might not have clarity, but Kirkpatrick, the name of the other, almost all HR students. We have discussed briefly in the last class this model, this hierarchy. First, participants attend the program. They react to the program, whether the participants are happy with the program or not. That is the reaction. I don't know. What I have to type. The slide is not visible to you. Kirkpatrick name is there. Kirkpatrick 4-level framework. Okay. Okay. For time being, I want to. Slide is visible or not? Just tell me that. Slide is visible. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So satisfaction with the program. It does not indicate effectiveness of the program. It indicates whether the participants are happy with the program or not. It does not indicate participants have learned the content of the program. Therefore, we have to go to the next level. The next level is learning assessment. Whether the participants have learned the knowledge, skills and abilities which are aimed at. to learn from the program. That we have to assess. Yeah, when we are designing the training program itself, I have talked about it. For that situational leadership theory, you have to give a paper pencil test, or skill, you have to do a demonstration. You have to observe the demonstration. So that way you have to assess learning, whether the participants have learned the skills. Then behavior level 3, whether the participants whether the participants applied the skills on the job or not. That takes time. Application of the skills what were learned during the training program. That is level 3. So learning does not indicate participant goes back and apply. I have learned. It does not mean that I am going to apply. I am happy. It does not mean that I have learned. I have learned. It does not mean that I am going to apply. I have applied. It does not mean that there is an outcome. Say for example, you have given me sales training. My sales selling skills are improved. And I came back from the training, you have increased the prices. Then what happened? There was also recession. Then what happened? The footprint reduced. Who are maybe the people coming? I am demonstrating the skills what you have taught me. But the sales have not gone. So application need not always end up with the business. When there is a business improvement, then only the result. So I have applied this skill. It does not ensure participants have gained some tangible results from the program. Therefore, that also we have to assess. That way, it is a hierarchical model of evaluating training programs. Most popular and the most classic. This is the first model. Whatever the models developed later on, they are all extensions to Kirkpatrick model. Let me talk about other models also. This is Kaufman's 5 levels of training evaluation. This is also this is, as I said, it is an extension to Kirkpatrick. Kaufman says not only results, some societal outcomes also we need to assess. That way he has added societal outcomes. Sir, in case of examples you suggested like recession, heights, and we still say that the training was effective and will the ROI consider? It is effective. Then you establish a control group. You have given a group of people training, and you have given a group of people no training given, but identical nature. And there is an identical nature of both the groups. Even though there are so many changes taken place in the position, in the recession take place, the price have gone up, whatever the things gone up. But still, the training group would have performed better than the control. Pre and post might not give the correct data because of the low prices and good business. The overall performance record of the sales associates, even without training, might be much more higher. It was higher, but after the training, unfortunately, these things happened. Therefore, overall business they might not have gone through. But still, if you see the other group who are working under the same condition, same hikes in the prices, same business relation, same problems, but that other group has not given training. Therefore, for them also footprint reduced. For this group, even though footprint reduced, they could convert those footprints into the sales leads because of implementation of the new skills what you taught. Whereas the control group did not have those skills. Therefore, they would have done definitely worse than the group which is given training. So that way, when you have a control group, still you can go for ROI calculation. Comparing control group and pre and post does not serve the purpose. Yusuf, which model is effective? You are talking about Kirkpatrick and Kaufman. If you are talking about Kaufman and Kirkpatrick, Kaufman model or any other model is an extension of Kirkpatrick model only. And Kaufman model is it goes beyond business. Theoretically, you may say it is better. But practically, we are struggling ourselves to calculate return on investment on the business result. If that is the case, because of the training what we have given, what society gets, how we are going to assess. The essence, what the Kaufman says is, theoretically, yes. Theoretically, Kaufman is better. Why? You have given training to all your people. They demonstrate appropriate skills. Because of demonstration of the appropriate skills, your cost of production comes down. Subsequent to that, your cost of cost of your price for your goods or services goes down. Society is benefiting out of it. The quality is better because of the training. Society is gaining benefit out of it. Speed in delivery increasing. Society is gaining benefit out of it. These are the things. These are all the societal outcomes, which Kaufman suggests the HR professionals to measure the effectiveness on those parameters. Therefore, ideally, this is better. But practically, as I said, you are getting results on the business results itself. We are struggling for calculating ROI. Practically, Kirkpatrick only. And moreover, Kaufman is not a new model. He has extended that. What are the extensions? At first level, one extension, at the last, another extension. Last extension, I already told you. The first one is enabling availability of qualitative, human, physical, availability of human, all resources that are required. So, that is what that is needs assessment only. As I told you, transfer climate is required goals and all. That is what enabling. Whether the company enable if the company is going to have the training programs, whether there are some enablers, supporting things in terms of finance, physical resources, qualitative human resources, everything is available to conduct the program. That's what the level 1 we call it as enabling. The rest are the same: reactions, acquisition of the skills, application of the skills, organizational output, that is the results, and societal output. Then there is another model, Ward and Rockman, which is called as zero model. Context, input, reaction, and outcome. This is also nothing new. This is also another extended version of Kirkpatrick model. Context, evaluate operational situation, training needs, and operation. What does it mean? Whatever we have done so far with respect to training need assessment and objective setting, that is what context evaluation. Then input evaluation. Evaluate the training process, what we have done in the process of the training. What are the criteria for selecting the instructors? I hope you remember the template which have trainer specification. However, the topics were chosen, that means it is design evaluation. Program design evaluation. I hope you can relate it. That is actually formative evaluation. Then reaction, whether the participants are happy with the program or not. Then outcomes, whether the benefits derived, tangible benefits, results derived are. This is what zero model of training evaluation. Tata Motors makes an attempt to implement this model of training evaluation. Tata Motor, irrespective of geographical location. Okay. Now let us go to Kirkpatrick model only. See, every model is Kirkpatrick model only, as a matter of fact, with a little extension. But now we are going to talk about all the 4 levels of. We already defined what is reaction. In addition to reaction, Phillips added reaction plan. After that, Kirkpatrick also added that action plan. Let me briefly spend some time on action plan. At the end of the training, participants have learned certain skills or knowledge or abilities based on the content of the program, which is based on the objectives of the program. So, what are the ideas they are going to implement? These are the ideas I have learned. These are the skills I have learned. Put it broadly, these are the ideas I am going to implement. At the end of the program, participants are asked to identify the areas which they can implement once they go back. See, there may be a huge program with a lot of objectives, but everything might not be practically possible or required. If that is the case, yes, within this 5-day program, these are the things which are close to my work, which are easy for me to implement. These are the ideas I am doing. Action plan. That is called as action plan. So once the participant prepares the action plan, that the ideas the participant is going to implement, what he has learned from the training program, there will be a discussion facilitated by the facilitator. Feedback is given by facilitator and the co-participants. In that process, what are the enablers? Yes, this is the idea I am to implement. I am going to implement. In my organization, there is no ROI. So you have taught me ROI process. I am going to implement ROI. Is it practically possible or not? What are the enablers if you want to do ROI calculation? What are the barriers if you want to do ROI calculation? And how do you overcome these barriers? How you gain a lot of support from the enabler? That way there will be a discussion. So, which can enhance the confidence of the participant at the end of the training program to implement some ideas what he has picked. Yeah, madam is writing something. In most of the companies, what variables are missing? It is true that there are some variables missing, but still we cannot ignore assessing. Say for example, I don't know, Priya, what variables you are referring, but what I understood, I will tell. You have designed a training program and asked the employees, line managers to nominate the people. So altogether there are 20 participants. And on the first day, or after getting all the nominations, finance resource, that way it is there. Now I am talking about the, you need to have the appropriate resources, and that there is no other thing. But I assume that finance and resources is a limitation, Priya. It is a constraint. That is what my experience. Even during the business session, there was no cut on the training program. There was cut on traveling. Okay. Priya, if it is a real problem, then you start doing for one program. One program. You start doing for one program. And you show return on investment. Then all the resources what are required will fall in place. So that is one solution. I don't know. You pick up one program, a good program, and do it meticulously. Calculate ROI, justify ROI, convince your finance guys, convince your management. Then you say that if I want to do further, I require this much of resource. When they are convinced with your ROI, automatically what are the resources you need? They give, my dear. I don't know. My suggestion is all right to Priya or not. Okay. Now let us move on to this. Questions are interesting. Okay. What form is used? Okay, that is another major constraint. I don't have any solution other than from this training perspective. With the limited resources, we try to do something good. If they are convinced and still not giving the resources required to show the tangible benefits, that is the company which is not interested in this type of exercise. But it may be a rare case. I have data, of course, which I have collected during time of recession, and I found that training budget is. Oh, I'm talking overall. Training budget is not at all an issue. But if you still you have that thing, you can talk to me or you can send me a mail. That may be for organization specific. In this platform, I will not be in a position to understand the problem with clarity. Without having clarity of the problem, I will not be in a position to give you some idea or solution. Okay, okay. Somebody is trying to stop it. It is not an issue. That's what I also understood. But Priya has this is the problem. My email ID. Iman at the rate, not X. At the rate is missing. At the rate is missing. After Sriman. After Sriman at the rate. This is, I want to go back. Okay. Let us now move on. What is the form you are going to use? You have to decide it. If you are going for ROI calculation, you please. Thank you, Ramesh. You please try to answer yourself all these questions what I have put here. Level 1 onwards. So, what is the form you are going to use? When you are going to collect the data? You are going to collect data generally immediately after the program. It is online or offline. Who collects the data? A neutral person generally collects the data. Did the participant create action plan? That also you need to ensure. Then coming to same question. But please remember, before going to learning, I want to tell you something about reaction. As I told you, reactions are subjective. The satisfaction level only you need to see. They have so many limitations. Research indicated certain trainer factors influence the satisfaction, reactions, feedback. There was one Mr. Fox. Whenever he was a professor, whenever he teaches, he gets the highest feedback score. But he was not like that. As for the peer rating and superior rating, something like that. Then they found that the reason for Mr. Fox getting highest feedback for his course was not because of learning value, but because of entertainment value. People who could entertain the participants in the programs get definitely better score, better feedback, whether they have learned or not. That is one major limitation. That is called as Mr. Fox effect. Mr. Fox effect means giving favorable evaluation because the training had lot of entertainment. Whether there is a learning or not. No, at the time of giving feedback, participants don't consider that. Based on the entertainment, they give feedback. That is called as Mr. Fox feedback. Post lunch sessions generally get lesser feedback. Even with all data from all sources. But is it really possible to calculate how much a person has really learned? Oh, that is easy. You can give a test. You can give pre and post test. And you can find out whether there is learning or not. Okay. Learning evaluation. Did the participant have learned the KSA? What are the, we always briefly discussed about it. What are the assessment tests you use? When data is collected, when you collect this data, generally it is also immediately after the training program, maybe 2 3 days later also you can do, but not taking, you should not take too much time. But too much, after taking too much of time, you have to go for level 3 evaluation. So how is this data collected? Yes, you can collect it online or offline also. Who collects the data? Yes, we will be collecting the data, trainers, designers or coordinators. And you have to take a decision of fail or pass. If there is an improvement pre and post, yes, we can see the person has learned this. You see, for all these levels, when you read retail mercantile case, interactive selling skills, which is there in our resources in AAS, each and every step how meticulously they have implemented. For calculating ROI, you will be in a position to understand and appreciate each and every step. Level 1 to level 5, all the steps they have meticulously, that was written by Philip and I urge you all people should read before coming to the next class. Will test reveal the act form